Well, I finally finished this dragonfly. I this was a miserable, and I do mean miserable painting to work on and finish. I don't know what these people are thinking, but the canvas was all in gray tones, and just look at the, you can barely make out what the codes are or what the symbols are. Like the T's look like the I's. Uh, the squares look like the circles. I mean, there's no words because they did not look like this clear on the canvas here. Miserable, absolutely miserable. But I finally finished, and I am very unhappy with it. This is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, looks pretty, huh? Yeah, looks really pretty. But this is reality. You can't even make out the dragonfly. I mean, you can a little bit, but what is up? I mean, this is the tail. Seriously? I mean, what is that? Anyway, there was just no rhyme or reason to this. I'm so glad that I'm finished, but I'm not going to display this until I fix it. So I'm either going to put some acrylic paint on here or maybe some iridescent mica. I'm not sure what I'll do, but yeah, I'll show you what I'm doing and what the finished product is, and then I will seal it because you know, I just finished this last night, and yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, it's just, it's not good. All right, so we will see you in a little bit. So the first thing you want to do before you seal or paint or, you know, alter this in any way is make sure that you keep your cover sheet on, and you want to straighten it out. And what you do is just go to the edges first and kind of chisel those in. And I've already finished, you know, some of these. So you just continue to go like this, you know, for several rows or however many that you want to do it. And then you go back and make sure that they're nice and square. So I've already done a bunch of these, and I'm going to finish up the rest of this. And then, of course, then you want to go back with a roller. You want to make sure that they are completely flat. So you can see this one right here, through here. But again, through the cover sheet, you want to make sure that that is down and that your tools aren't falling apart. Oh, good heavens. But anyway, you get my meaning here. So you just want to push it down, but always have your cover sheet on there just in case, because you don't want these popping out. And what's causing this is the ripples in the poured glue when they poured the canvas, and then they rolled it up or they creased it, folded it for some stupid reason I will never understand. If they should just ship these flat, but they don't. So anyway, you just want to make sure that you can, you know, get these nice and straight, because, you know, while you can't see them from a distance, you know, inevitably somebody will come up close up and go, oh, look, that one's crooked. So anyway, you just want to make sure that those are nice and straight so that it looks all uniform. And using something like this will help. Some people use the mesh, but they don't come large enough for me. So a friend of mine is going to loan me a little one so that I can just tell the difference, because hers are magnificent. What she does is just stellar. I mean, I've never seen anybody do such fine work. So a lot of patience there, but that's one thing I'm lacking in. I have to admit. So anyway, I'm going to go and finish these up. And I came across in my stash some color changing paint. So what I probably will do is use some of these colors here. And, you know, they're color shifting, so they should be real pretty. Let's see if I can. Yep, that's going to look really nice. And here's the black flash. I got these off of Amazon in a kit of about 20, just to round up my acrylic stash on my wall. So this is what I've decided to touch up some of the drills with, and then I'm going to go ahead and seal it. So I will be back when I start that process and show you what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to start with this blue color changing paint, Glacier Blue Flash. So I just have a little bit on my finger here, and I'm going to go over just a little bit, because you don't want this. Oh, see, here's one that's popping out here. You just want to hit it with a little bit. You don't want to saturate it too much. Kind of hard to see through the camera here, but you can tell that there's a difference. I mean, the paint is getting on there. It's a little bit too much on here, but what you can do with that is just kind of touch it and wipe it down. And this is good because it's got mica powder in it, and there's no sense messing with all these mica powders here. I really dislike the gray in here. I don't know why. These are such horrible gray tones, but I just want the dragonfly to show up a little bit better. And of course, I don't want the dragonfly to stand out. I mean, I do want it to stand out. I just don't want the paint to stand out like you can tell somebody painted it. So that's why I'm going over this with some other areas of the canvas here. I don't know what's going on here. There's just no. I don't know what they were thinking when they coded this. You know. But then again, they're not designers. They just put pictures up there, probably Photoshop them. See, this one has got some gaps in it. Not gaps, but I mean, there is a gap in here, and the paint has got in there, but it won't show once it's sealed and varnished. So let's try the black. Okay, got a little bit of black here. Oh yeah, that's going to show up much better. And another reason to use acrylic paint on here is because while it's wet, you can, you know, wipe it down a little bit if you think you got too much. See, you can see what I did there. And that's why I'm using my fingers instead of a paintbrush. You can take a Q-tip. Okay, you can see that it's looking better already, and I did decide to switch to a little tiny brush here because I wanted to get a large swath of dots here, or drills. And you don't want to rub on these, you don't want to scrub them. But you can tell that it's just lifting the picture into some clarity here. Yeah, so I'm happier with this than I was with all the other ones. You know, all the gray tones. And yeah, I think I might lighten this up a little bit here. Where did I put it? Okay, yeah, we'll lighten this up a little bit. And again, sorry, I was out of frame. Again, when this is varnished, you won't be able to see it. But I just think on this picture, it had so much potential. And it's just so ugly with the gray. But just a little bit of care and touch up, you can salvage a painting, a diamond canvas that you're not happy with. Just get out your acrylic paints and whatever you have. I would not recommend watercolor because that would be a disaster on the glue. But if you're careful, you know, you can, you know, like put some pearlized stuff on here if you want to. The mica powder looks really, really pretty, but what it does is it fills in all the gaps. And I'm not, you know, unless they're dark colors, I'm not real thrilled with it. Because once you do one patch, you really have to do the whole thing because it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. So anyway, yeah, I'm very happy with the way this turned out. And, you know, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I think I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, maybe take a hair dryer on low heat to it, and then seal it, and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, talk to you later. I wanted to show you also, while I have one coat of triple thick on it, why this canvas was so miserable. This is not drills that are lifting because of the polyurethane. This is where all the creases were in this canvas. Actually, from the poured adhesive, because it looks like these are popping out. Now, they'll resolve themselves because when this dries, you just put your cover sheet on it and, you know, press it down. And if you want to, you can seal it again, but I don't find it necessary. But this one just was particularly horrible with the creases. Couldn't get it out. And I could never recommend this company or this particular print just because of all of these creases in here. Now, you're not going to see it from a distance, obviously, when you're looking straight on, but as it is drying, it doesn't matter how straight your rows are, it's going to look like they're popping out because that's where the adhesive rolled on the canvas on the front. And yeah, I thought about not finishing this, but I'm kind of neurotic that way. But anyway, this is when it's drying. And again, I just put one coat on it, so it'll look good when it's done.